Good day, everyone. Welcome once again to our live streaming session for Grade 11 Health Optimizing Physical Education. Before we start, let me give you once again a few reminders for our live stream session to be successful. Find a quiet place which is free from any distraction. As much as possible, use a functional gadget and find an internet connection. Be respectful at all times. Use appropriate words and be polite in giving your comments. Have your learning modules ready and stay focused on our discussion and other tasks to be given. And most importantly, enjoy learning. Today, we will be tackling Lesson 2 of your learning module, and in this learning engagement, we will focus on this most essential learning competency. Analyzes physiological indicators such as heart rate, rates of perceived exertion and pacing associated with moderate to vigorous physical activities to monitor or adjust participation or effort. Let us first have a short activity, which you also have in your learning module. Let us call this activity Bilang Malakas. Dear learners, there are times that we are doing simple physical activities which we may have different perception of. Some find this activity easy and simple to do, while others find it hard and tiring. Your answer in this activity may vary depending on your own capability and present fitness status. I hope you will all enjoy seeing yourselves in this activity being a mighty individual who can carry out an activities easily. So this is what we're going to do. Let us find out how you perceive the following activities in terms of its intensity. Is it light, moderate, or vigorous? You will be given 10 seconds to answer directly on your learning modules. Let's start. Casual walks like going somewhere a few steps away from your home. Mastering TikTok steps before uploading it, or dancing along while watching YouTube videos. Walking at a faster pace during exercise. Mountain climbing or adventure hike. Playing basketball. Lifting or carrying heavy objects. Jogging with friends at the park or jogging with family for an hour. Playing badminton in your PE class or somewhere else with your friends. Cycling uphill or biking in an upward or ascending direction. Okay, if you have found at least 7 of those activities as light in terms of its intensity, it means you have this self-perception of being capable of doing those things with ample amount of effort that you give. And with that, you can claim the title, Bilang Malakas. But remember, this is just a subjective view of yourselves in terms of your capabilities and limitations in doing various physical activities. But as you continue carrying out the exercises that you designed for yourselves, it is important that you are aware of some physiological indicators such as heart rate, rates of perceived exertion associated with chosen exercises to monitor or adjust your participation or effort. So brace yourselves. We are going to have some sort of brain exercise. We will play some numbers as we go on with our lesson. Let us watch a short video which I prepared to you. Aside from activating your mathematics prowess in you, this will help you determine your progress and status as you continue carrying out your fitness plan. Let us all watch attentively. But before we move on to our main topic, do you still remember this couch potato? Or should I say, the couch potato in you that I've talked about in our previous live streaming session? Have you started to get that potato moving? If so, then you are on your way to leading an active lifestyle. And turning that used to be a couch potato into a physically active person in you, you will be up to many health benefits of having an active lifestyle. It includes prevention of chronic illnesses, manage and control weight, strong bones and muscles, improved moods, and a lot more, all being the gateway towards total fitness. And by choosing the proper type of exercises based on your needs, your present fitness status, and your capabilities and limitations, guided by the FITT principle, which has been the focus of our previous discussion, it is also important to track and monitor various aspects of your physical activities. And by first defining each keyword will help you better understand our lesson. These are the physiological indicators which can also help you track or monitor your progress. First is the resting heart rate. It is the number of times your heart beats per minute while at complete rest. Say you are simply sitting or lying, or you are calm and relaxed for about 30 minutes or so. But ideally, it is best taken the moment you wake up in the morning. While target heart rate is the minimum number of heartbeats in a given amount of time in order to reach the level of exertion necessary for cardiovascular fitness. It's specific to a person's age, gender, or physical fitness level, or in simplest words, it is the range of beats per minute you should aim for during exercise. While the maximum heart rate is the maximum number of beats made by your heart in 1 minute of effort of physical activity. It is considered the highest amount your heart can sustain during aerobic or cardiovascular training. There are two methods of calculating the target heart rate. First is by computing the percentage of the maximum heart rate, and the other one is by using the Carbonian formula. Let us do some mathematics. Starting with the first method in this example, we are working at a moderate intensity between 70 to 85% maximum heart rate. You would just calculate as follows. You start with a 220 as a constant number, minus your age, say you are 20 years old. You obtain 200 beats per minute being your maximum heart rate. And to obtain your target heart rate, multiply your computed maximum heart rate, which is 200 by 70%. Your target heart rate is 140 beats per minute. Now let us try to multiply your maximum heart rate by 85%. You will get a product of 170 beats per minute as your target heart rate. Being the lower limit, this means that your heart should not go below 140 beats per minute during exercise. And being the upper limit, this means that your heart should not go above 170 beats per minute during exercise. Therefore, for a 20-year-old individual, the target heart rate should range from 140 to 170 beats per minute at a moderate intensity. And using the Carbonian formula, which is also called the heart rate reserve, here we will need two data: the resting heart rate and the maximum heart rate. A 20-year-old individual in our previous example has 60 beats per minute resting heart rate. Say 200 minus 60, or your resting heart rate, is equal to 140 beats per minute. So taking again the 70 to 85% lower and upper limit of moderate intensity exercise, 140 beats per minute heart rate reserve times 70% equals 98 beats per minute, and 140 beats per minute heart rate reserve times 85% equals 119 beats per minute. Still, the 70 to 85% maximum heart rate, or at moderate intensity exercise, you are going to add the resting heart rate to the product that we obtained. At 70%, it is 98 beats per minute, plus 60 is equal to 158 beats per minute. And at 85%, it is 190 beats per minute, plus 60 is equal to 179 beats per minute. Therefore, using this formula, the target heart rate should range from 158 to 179 beats per minute at moderate intensity. And why is it important to know these figures? Being aware of your heart rate during exercise means you are looking at your progress and target zones to reach your fitness goals. It is also important because it can tell you whether you are working too hard, like this seems to be physically exhausted person in the picture, or not working hard enough, obtaining no progress. Another concept is the perceived exertion. It is how hard you feel when your body is working. It is based on the physical sensations that we experience during physical activity. Perceived means what you think or feel, while exertion refers to the effort that you give during exercise. So this means that it is a subjective measure of your physical effort during your exercise sessions. Some physical indicators give us the perceptions, which includes increased heart rate, increased respirations or breathing rate, increased sweating, and muscle fatigue. Although the advent of technology and various mobile applications allow us to gauge our performance while doing physical activities, physical educators and fitness trainers still use these methods to measure intensity of our physical activities. A way to understand and measure how hard it is, particularly an aerobic activity, is by understanding its intensity and how physical activity affects our heart rate and breathing. The target heart rate, which I have presented in the previous slides, the talk test, and the words rating of perceived exertion are all methods for determining how hard you are exercising. This is the board's rating of perceived exertion scale. Learning how to use and interpret this scale will help you determine whether you are exercising in the light, moderate, or vigorous intensity zones. It is used to measure the intensity of your exercise. It is a simple way to gauge or monitor exercise stress and progression, and it can be used in many forms of exercise. In this table, you have a scale of 6 being the point of resting heart rate, and 20 being the point of maximal heart rate. We use this by multiplying those numbers of the left column by 10, or by simply adding 0 to the numbers. This means that those numbers represent your heart's beat per minute with corresponding description of exertion or the effort you are giving in an activity. But as you continue with your physical activities, remember to apply proper pacing. By considering these elements in this Venn diagram, gradual increase by properly applying the principles of overload and progression, smaller chunks like doing small bits of different exercises, and frequent breaks for your recovery, you are more likely to achieve your fitness goals without causing harm to your body. And while carrying out your physical activities, Try to listen to your body. Do you feel any pain or discomfort? Well, it will be our topic next session. Remember, always be physically active. Let us all start leading a lifestyle free from chronic illnesses. Fitness should be our business so that we can all say that all of us malakas. See you again next time. Goodbye.